All right, that was weird. Sorry guys, I was just talking for like 2 minutes, but my mic, it's this weird bug with with the OBS. It's been, every time I open it, it doesn't use my correct audio device. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me now. I'm shaking. This is scary. I should take off as soon as I can because it's gonna, I mean, it's gonna be dark during my landing most likely, no matter what. It's already 6 p.m. on the East Coast, so sunset will be in the next hour, I would assume, or less. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna get the battery on here and start listening in. I'm not doing on-air company just to remove one of the things from this flight, so I don't have to do absolutely everything, but I'll work my way up to it. All right, let's turn the fuel on. Beacon is on, and let's get this thing started. Fuel boost and starters on. Hey, Miken, what's up? I'll nail it. We'll see. There's plenty of room to mess up. All right, introducing fuel. Wait for the NGs to rise. Hey, Jerry, what's up? Hey, Delta. Hey, William.
Dulles, ATIS information, Charlie. Now, current winds 150.
Oh, Charlie, I need to get that.
Altimeter 2987.
2987. And I forgot the winds he said, so I'm gonna go check that in a minute. Okay, this was, yeah, we're all started up here. Boost off, avionics 2 on, flaps to takeoff position, so I don't forget. And I'm gonna turn a couple of these lights on. Not the pedestal. Those are both floodlights. Okay, those are on. Displays are pretty bright. All right, nice. Hey, Minnow, what's up? Trip across Canada in a DA-40 Northern Ontario. That sounds like what I was doing, except, you know, let me turn the music off. Except maybe you'll make it to your destination. I was thinking about going across the Atlantic and I just never did it. So I still have to do that. I got close. Then we started the Couch Captain's virtual airline and I got a little distracted. All right, nav light is on. I haven't put in my flight plan yet, but I have done everything over here on SimBrief. Our departure is set for 25 minutes from now, I think, at the latest. Hour and 16 minutes, so I'm going to go to home territory of Teterboro, but I'm departing from Dulles. So KIAD to KTEB, and I'll put the flight plan. I'll put the flight plan in, but I do not have multiplayer turned on. Just to not distract myself, in case there's like other people on the ground that confuse me. Required fuel is 1122. I have no passengers, nothing at all. This is super light. And I'm putting in extra fuel, so I'm just up to like 70%. An extra like 500 pounds of fuel just to be paranoid, I guess. I guess that's kind of weird. I've been burning a little more fuel than planned on my last few flights, so maybe I'll just add a couple 100 pounds. I'm gonna make it, it's gonna be overkill, so. Oh, getting canceled for mistakes? I don't think it's that, it's not that mean as far as I know. SkyVector. Oh yeah, I see you guys talking about SkyVector. Yeah, SkyVector is a great resource.
LM119.
I also wasn't able to get the ATIS here.
To Boston with Bravo.
This kid's going to Boston. He's got Bravo, but Charlie's current, so he's gonna have to get Charlie, and I'm gonna go grab Charlie right now.
KLM-119 Dulles Tower. Charlie information is current. Are you okay on that?
This is still showing Bravo on the site.
Yep.
Okay, and you have a squawk code, so I imagine you've already gotten a PDC.
2987.
Aircraft on frequency, stand by.
And he said the winds, but so there's something up with the ATIS. I can't get the ATIS. I messaged him about it, but I haven't been able to tune in. So Dulles ATIS is 134.85, which I have tuned right here, and I have COM 2 listening, and I get nothing. And I've tried it in COM 1, and I get nothing. So that was a young kid, yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on with the ATIS. And then over here, it has not refreshed. I'm gonna refresh the site and see if I get, if Dulles ATIS is Charlie now. Okay, there's Charlie.
This aircraft on frequency Dulles
150
Tower
at 5. No! Dulles Tower is
For
closed.
further communications, contact Potomac
All right,
119.85.
All right, we're gonna go to Potomac then. Dang. I was like, oh good, I'm gonna get tower, I'm gonna get approach, I'm gonna get center, and I'm gonna get center on my way up into New Jersey because Newark approach is on. RIP, or New York approach is on. Okay, so now we're going over to Potomac approach. I already had that in here. So these guys are gonna take care of us.
245.
This guy's gonna be very overworked.
United 2567, reduce speed 230. Traffic 1 mile straight ahead at 15,000.
Traffic in sight, and we'll go up to 16,000, United 2567.
United 2567, roger, maintain 16,000. Report when reduce speed to 330.
All right, so let me check the ATIS again. So,
16,000, report speed 230, United 2567.
well, the ATIS is going to go offline too because this guy was running the ATIS, but here's Charlie.
That's direct for the United 2567.
Few clouds of 6,500 feet.
1330, taxi with Romeo.
People are already stepping on each other, it sounds like.
Triple transmission simultaneously, number
Yep.
36462, Potomac approach radar contact, Richmond altimeter 29902.
All right, let's program this stuff. We're going
And station
KIAD,
ready for taxi.
and it sounded like they were using runway 30, so I'm going to set up for that.
Southwest 1330
To
with
go.
Romeo.
Southwest 1330, runway 28, taxi via Tango Uniform 1.
Teterboro is our destination.
Tango Uniform 1 to
19 is likely.
28 for Southwest 1330.
Who's next?
United 1093 is about 1, Reagan with Charlie.
United 1093, runway 1.
All right, I'm going to put it this in while they talk. We're going directly to Woolley, then we're going on a Victor Airway here. Picking the right Woolley from the list. Bad week to quit smoking. Hell of a day to quit drinking.
Fly Virtual 67 is going direct
You
to
know our
Turkey.
flights, we always have no smoking turned off.
Fly Virtual 67, thank
All right, now we're going to
you.
Victor
Potomac
214.
River is turning from 10 to 12 o'clock at 10 miles, report to the inside.
We're taking 214 all the way.
Okay, we'll report the runway
To
in sight.
SWAN.
I thought we were going to get the RNAV 19.
Fly Virtual 67, thank you for the pointing out. Cross Fergie at 3000, Fergie cleared on level runway 19 approach.
All right, Teterboro 19.
Cross
I'm going to put
Fergie
in the
3000
ILS for
cleared.
19.
RNAV 19. Fly Virtual 67, thank you.
Through Strad, always put it in IAF.
7, turn left,
Good.
heading
Good form.
210, descend and maintain.
All right, that should be good.
10,000 vector support traffic.
Just step through the flight plan.
Passing 210, just maintain 10,000 vectors
All right,
for traffic.
30
United 2567.
northeast to Woolley, then we join the Victor 214, then we go to Yanni. Then we're going over BAL. Let me look that up so in case they call it by its name, I know what it is.
23 Whiskey Washington, wind
BAL
calm,
is
runway
Baltimore
19
VOR,
approach.
makes sense. And then to Swan.
Alpha Sierra X3320, clear to Philadelphia.
And then to
via
Strad
Dr.
after
5
that.
Departure, Dr. Defunct, Delta, Quebec.
So I'm actually going to put in Teterboro here as an en route waypoint because they expect me to go direct Teterboro from Swan. So in case we don't have an approach by then, they'll expect us to be on a different course, not straight to Strad. So I'm going to put in Teterboro here. So I'll need to remember to activate the approach if we get ILS19. But yeah, that final line right there, I want it to go from Swan direct to Teterboro. Otherwise, it's going to have us more to the north on a different course. All right, that should be good. Whoa. Let's get out of here before that moves in.
Alpha Sierra X3320, you're clear to Philadelphia via Dr. 5 departure. Dr. Defunct, it is the same flight plan left that I texted you. Maintain 5,000, expect 1,000 final cruise altitude, 10 minutes after departure, squawk 2133.
All right. Good day for your first live stream, killing time at the airport. Nice. Very meta. All right, sounds like most people are done talking to him. So
Squawk 2.
we're going Dulles to Teterboro, and I need to call in and get
And
my
Alpha
clearance
Sierra
from him
X3320, lead it back
for
lead it back
IFR.
clearance.
And let's see. Washington Center is also online, so that may be our departure. It may be
United 2567, turn right direct, descend and
B133725.
maintain 5,000.
Right, direct Daddy and
And then I'm going to get ready for the squawk code and our
2567
altitude.
heavy.
And United 2567 Heavy, resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed, United 2567 heavy.
TBM 23 Whiskey, Potomac departure, say altitude.
And 23 Whiskey climbing through 17,005.
23 Whiskey, radar contact, fly runway heading for now, climb maintain.
Man, things just got so busy now that the tower went offline.
Runway heading, climb maintain 17,000.
Ask for next frequency before takeoff.
Short 19 ready.
Yeah, he'll give us departure frequency as part of our readback.
462, you were stepped in, say again.
Hopefully he does.
Cherokee 462, roger, radar service terminated, squawk VFR.
So he's talking to somebody that's out of our range, so that's why we didn't hear anything.
Thank you, and who's next? United 1093. Washington wind.
Let's take a look at the map, see how many people there are around here.
Traffic 6 miles minor.
Oh yeah, this guy is covering a bunch of planes right now.
Cherokee 23 Whiskey, turn left.
We're right
heading
here
120.
at Dulles. There's 4 planes on the ground here.
Fly virtual 67,
Oh, that's not
Washington
Dulles.
wind calm, runway 19 clear to
Dulles
land
is
traffic
Clear to
this is
land 19,
actually
watch out for
Reagan.
traffic,
Dulles is to the
Clever
west,
67.
right over here.
And Alpha CRX
This is where we are.
330, do not move unless you have a clearance. And you lead back the rest of the clearance.
Uh-oh, somebody's getting yelled at. That's going to be me soon. So there's just, I have to wait my turn patiently here just because there's a lot of traffic he's covering because it's top down on VATSIM. This guy's covering everything from center all the way down. Or sorry, this guy's approach. This is Potomac approach. So he's covering...
November 23 Whiskey, direct to Palio.
Dick Polly for 23 Whiskey.
Southwest 1330 is ready at 28.
Southwest 1330 Baltimore, wind calm, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Runway 28, clear for takeoff, Southwest 1330.
Actually, do you guys know when I make this call, because it's a center controller, it's actually Potomac approach, but I'm calling for my Dulles.
Repeat that.
I'm calling for clearance at Dulles, out of Dulles. Do I refer to him as Dulles clearance, or do I refer to him as Potomac approach?
The first part of the clearance, which is
Anybody know that?
you're clear to Philadelphia via Dr. 5 departure.
I'm tempted to say Dulles clearance, so he knows exactly what airport I'm talking about. Otherwise, he's not going to know the airport, right?
Departure with me.
Because if I say Potomac clearance, looking to get my, basically I'm looking to get my clearance from Dulles to Teterboro. Like, if I call him as Teterboro Tower, then he'll know which I'm talking about immediately. Do it as approach.
United 1093, squawk 2155, 2155.
Officer Trey, 320. Could you type that please?
As approach, but tell him my position.
United 1093, squawk 2155.
And United 1093, radar contact, say altitude.
2,800, United 1093.
United 1093, climb maintain, flight level 190.
It's going to be dark before we take off.
Direct correction, flight climb maintain 17,000.
17,000, United 1093.
Alaska 1108 has field in sight.
Alaska 1108, you're clear for the visual approach, runway 19 center.
Clear visual 19 center, Alaska 1108.
Delta 3829, reduce speed 210 due to traffic, you're number 2.
Reduce speed 210, please, fine.
United 2567, cross Daddy at 3000 by Daddy, report airport in sight.
Cross Daddy at 3000 by Daddy, report airport in sight. United 2567 heavy.
There's just so much traffic too. I want to make sure he handles all these jets before I
2060.
don't make mincemeat out of you.
Southwest 1330, radar contact.
Great, great.
Climb via Sud, Southwest 1330.
There's so many jets flying too that, you know, I don't want to step on these
Heavy, say your speed.
all this traffic here either.
United 2567, going around 200, indicated.
United 2567, keep the speed up.
I'm tempted to just type it in because there's always so much. There's so much going on that I might just type it in the chat just so I can fit it in. Or I can type it and then he'll call me back on voice probably.
Potomac approach 560,000, clear of runway 19er at Alpha, go to General Aviation Parking.
Fly Virtual 67, welcome to Washington. Taxi straight into General Aviation via Alpha, cross runway 4 at Alpha.
Straight at Alpha.
Don't type, just talk. I know. I don't want to type. Potomac approach, Cessna 5635 Golf. Looking to pick up my clearance departing Dulles.
November 5635 Golf, Potomac departure. Good evening. Clearance required. Standby.
All right, standing by. I didn't say that to him. I'm just saying that to you guys.
And Cessna 35 Golf, clear to Teterboro via Capital 3 departure. Lee. That is fired. Maintain 3000. Squawk 2161.
So I got the cleared maintain 3000 squawk 2161, but what's the departure?
Cessna 35 Golf, it is the Capital 1 departure. It is a radar vector departure.
Okay, stand by. I need to look that up. Sorry, 35 Golf.
It is Charlie Papa Tango Alpha Lima 1 departure. Capital 1 departure.
Okay, Capital 1 departure and 3000 for the altitude, 2161 for the squawk. 35 Golf.
Cessna 35 Golf, please back correct. Push and start at your discretion. Corporate taxi, expect runway 30 for departure.
All right, runway 30, and I'm still on with him, so no departure frequency. So he's giving me a radar vector departure, which I was not expecting. All the departures I looked up were for turbojets only. So I need to look up this. Sounds like there's a radar departure procedure. Capital 1 departure right here.
Go ahead, we delete back.
All right, Capital 1 departure. Let's start programming that at the same time.
United 2567 Dulles Airport, travel clock 15 miles.
Capital 1, runway 30.
Usual approach, runway 19 left. Traffic.
All right, and then there's a manual sequence after that I need to fly myself.
A320, he's going to runway 19 center.
And then to Woolley, I think.
Good visual 19 left, and we have traffic inside United 25.
Yeah, he'll give me vectors, yeah, and then eventually he'll give me direct to Woolley, I assume.
Have you maintained speed 180?
All right, runway 30.
180 knots are great until 5 miles flying United 2567 heavy.
There's a 3829 traffic to follow travel clock 3 miles, 3000. Heavy 347.
All right, climb heading 301, or is it signed to ATC? So let me sing 301.
There's a 3829. Follow
which
the
is just going to be runway heading.
Approach runway 19 left. Maintain speed 180 until 5 miles final.
Follow traffic, clear for approach 19 left.
301, 3000, and squawk 2161. All right, there's 3000.
Approach, good evening, San 535 East Miami Andrews, request IFR to Atlanta. After clearance, we'll be ready for taxi.
November 23 Whiskey, radar contact lost.
All right, autopilot's all set. Transponder, altitude reporting
contact
mode.
Washington Center 133.72.
Code 2161.
13372 Southwest 1330.
United
All right,
1093,
2161's down here. 95 flight level change up to 3000 that they assigned to us. 2987 is information Charlie. That was what we had. 301 for the departure heading. And then expect radar vectors after that. Maintain 3000. Expect targets after departure. All right, and then he said to contact him when we're ready for taxi. Radar required. And airport elevation 313.
Question climb, yes, it. Squawk 2163.
2163 for 535.
535, lead back correct. Push and start at your discretion.
All right, so runway 301 puts us off in this direction. Then we're going to get vectored, probably eventually.
We got the altimeter and runway, we're moving into taxi now.
535, runway 19 left, taxi via ICO.
19 left for San 535.
Alaska 1108, Dulles wind calm, runway 19 center, clear to land.
Clear to land 19 center, Alaska 1108.
United 2567, Dulles wind calm, runway 19 left, number 1, clear to land, traffic landing, 19 center.
Copy the traffic 19 left, quick land, United 2567 heavy. Potomac approach, Air Canada 780 with you. Oh, we just got the skills for descending through 15,000.
Air Canada 780, perfect timing, squawk ident.
Air Canada 780, ident.
All right, so we're going to runway 30 down here, so we're expecting taxi of either Zulu or Yankee
10 miles north of
down to Yankee 11 to runway 30.
10,000, speed 250, Washington landing south, Baltimore, attempted 298er.
That was a Baltimore ATIS update.
10,250 knots for Air Canada 780.
Delta 3829, Dulles wind calm, runway 19 left, clear to land number 2, traffic 4 miles minor, heavy 347, caution wake tap.
This guy's been sitting here for a while, he's just listening.
Left, number 2, 35, thank you.
Potomac approach, 02, good evening. We have Charlie and
Not sure who that was, but they're far away.
Coast Guard 2, Potomac
Coast Guard.
departure, good evening. Clear to Dallas Love via level 5 departure, auto transition that inspired to maintain 5,000, squawk 2127.
Yeah, clear Dallas, plan route, level 5. Initial 5,000 and 2127.
Coast Guard 2, lead back correct, push and start, your discretion, corporate taxi, expect runway 19 for departure.
Alaska just landed here.
Alpha Sierra X-ray 320, lead back correct. Otherwise, when ready for taxi, expect runway 19 for departure. This is third time I'm saying this. Do not move the aircraft without the clearance.
Another one getting yelled at. Potomac approach, Cessna 35 Golf at Dulles, ready to taxi for runway 30. I'm at the north GA ramp near Zulu 2.
November 35 Golf, runway 30, taxi, standby. Runway 19 center is available if you wish.
I didn't catch the last part he said. He said standby.
Cessna 35 Golf, runway 19 center is available for departure if you prefer.
19 center is 5, is okay. 35 Golf.
Number 35 Golf, roger, runway 19 center, taxi via Yankee 2, Zulu.
Taxi via Yankee 2, Zulu to 19 center, 35 Golf.
Potomac, approach
Okay,
Delta 184.
Yankee 2 to Zulu, I have, okay, he wants me to go,
Alaska 1108,
wait, Yankee 2 is down here. Oh, he wants me to depart from here midfield because we only need a few thousand feet. So Yankee 2, 19 center, Yankee 2, I think he meant Yankee 2 via Zulu. So he wants me to depart right here at this intersection, and I take Zulu down to Yankee 2. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Because otherwise, Yankee 2 first makes no sense, because we're...
Potomac, approach Delta 184, altitude 17.
He might think that we're right here. If he thinks we're here, Yankee 2 to Zulu to 19 center makes sense. I'm so confused. Anyway, let me check the departure for 19 center. I have to reset it a little bit. Just my heading, probably. Yeah, just 191 on the heading. All right, 191 on the heading instead of 301.
Air Canada 780, descend and maintain 8,000.
Air Canada 780, sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which taxi, instructions he wanted. It doesn't make. I think that he thinks I was here instead of here. I think I just need to go to the threshold of 19 center. I'm just gonna do it and potentially get yelled at. So we'll see how it goes. Taxi light on, and we're going. I'm just gonna go to the closest right over here because Yankee 2 is south of me. Confirm with him.
Clearance is still valid. Squawk 2155.
Alright, team clearance, squawk 2155.
Potomac approach Giants 987
Yeah, he's just so busy.
40 short, runway 30 at Yankee 11, ready for departure.
United 1093.
He's so busy.
Correct. Push aside your discretion.
If he knows that I'm here,
19 for departure.
departing to Yankee 2 via Zulu, I'm going to do Yankee 2 via Zulu then. I'm just going to take a guess. I'll do the opposite of what I just said I'm going to do.
Delta 3829, welcome to Washington, right on Kilo, taxi to the ramp.
Right, Kilo to the ramp, 3829, thank you.
Giant 987 Heavy.
I'm just going to go to Yankee 2 via Zulu. But he said Yankee 2 Zulu in that order.
Clear takeoff 30987 Heavy.
Air Canada 780, descend and maintain 5,000, expect Liberty Visual Romeo 19 approach, Dallas Altimeter.
I don't know, I'm guessing.
Washington Altimeter 2988.
Yeah, see, I don't need the entire runway, so Yankee 2 would make sense.
Maintain 3,000, we'll accept the river visual 19.
780, make it 5,000.
5,000 for 780, sorry.
Delta 184, radar contact, maintain VFR, Washington landing south.
Roger, maintain VFR, 784.
He's too busy. I'm just gonna. Oh, I don't know what to do.
Coast Guard 2 runway 19 taxi via Juliet, cross runway 15.
The order he said it, I think that I'm supposed to take Zulu to the threshold of the runway. I don't know what
Lima, Potomac approach.
I don't know what to do. It's one or the other. It's either I'm supposed to take Zulu. Is it possible that he thought I was at the wrong intersection?
2135 descend via the Gibbs 4 passing 18.
Oh my god, I don't know what to do. I can't, yeah, I need to ask.
Potomac approach, reset transponder 5652.
I want to ask, but he's so busy that my...
Potomac 7535, 1911, negative key rolling.
So busy.
7535. Enders wind 1307 on me 19 left, clear for takeoff.
Left takeoff 1911, stand 535.
Oh my
good God. Expect delay due to workload.
That guy's way too loud. Oh my God.
United 2135, radar contact. 75 miles west of the airport at 17,500.
Sorry guys, I can't control their volume. That's so loud.
Center, Dallas Altimeter 2987.
19 center position check,
2987
on the meter, United 2135.
Giant to 987, heavy stay altitude.
3,000.
Giant to 987, heavy radar contact on right, direct to Liggins, climb maintain 10,000.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold here the whole runway. Yep. There's a plane right there coming towards us. I don't know where they're landing. Alright, landing lights on strobe zone.
Please.
Direct Liggins, Romeo, India, Golf, November, Zulu.
Potomac approach Cessna 35 Golf holding short runway 19 center. Ready for departure.
Air Canada 780, descend and maintain 3,000.
3,780.
Cessna 35 Golf, runway 19 center, clear for takeoff, Capital 1 departure.
19 center, clear for takeoff, Captain 1 departure, Cessna 35 Golf.
Giant to 987 heavy.
Alright, landing light on strobe is on mixture, sorry, fuel condition is on high. We're we have our departure climb to 3,000 on the SIG, and then vectors. It's the easiest departure we have.
987 heavy, it'll be the first waypoint on the Jacoby 4 departure.
And we're already clear for takeoff, so I'm just going. Alright, heading checks, we're at 191.
Approach, American 906 is 5 miles from Bully, descending Cat 3, passing 15,000.
Air Canada 780, I think you were turning a little bit early.
Alright, there's 60,
back, then join
70, that's rotate.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't have these last legs in my
climb
plan. I didn't realize, but I'll go direct mags right now.
Air Canada 780, thank you. American 906.
100 knots, flaps up.
Potomac approach, expect Liberty Visual Runway 19 approach, Washington altimeter 2988.
Trimming.
2988 will set the river visual 19 from American 906.
7535.
535.
Say altitude.
3,200.
7535 radar contact climb maintain flight number 210 unrestricted.
210 unrestricted for 7535.
Autopilot's on, flying ahead of
Checklist 97 heavy, ICY. Our departure got unprogrammed for some reason.
Giant to 987 heavy, roger, once you fix that, direct Liggins.
So we're just waiting for vectors, so we're in heading mode, flying runway heading up to 3,000 feet.
Alright, direct Riggins up to 10,000. Atlas 97 Heavy. Giant
Need a new
97
sheet of
Heavy.
paper already.
Cessna 35, go up, say altitude.
1,900, climbing 3,000, 35 Golf.
Cessna 35, go up, radar contact, fly level, heading, climb, maintain 10,000.
Climb maintain 10,000, 35 Golf.
Alpha CRX 3320, runway 19, taxi.
Alright, runway heading. Oh, I didn't say runway heading back. I should have said runway heading. But we're climb maintain 10,000. My engine sounds are too loud. Alright, flaps are up. It's good. Prop is good. Power is good. A little faster on the power.
At Reagan.
Manual sequence. We're going to expect direct Wooly next, so I'm just highlighting that, ready to hit direct to.
Alright, 19 via Juliet cross 15 Juliet, United States.
Coast Guard 2, give away to the A320 on your left side once he joins from Kilo.
It's not too bad looking.
AFM on, we're currently on 15, we'll give way to the Airbus 52.
We can see any traffic. Nothing so far. Outside air temperature is warm, 11 degrees. We don't need pitot until 5, flying through clouds, so nothing here. Did I just see a light up there?
780, turn left direct Fergie, by Fergie, report to Liver or airport inside.
Alright, so we're expecting direct Wooly next.
Air Canada 780, turn left direct Fergie, by Fergie, report Liver or the airport inside.
Alright, 5,000 climbing 10,000. I'm going to change our speed here up to 115.
Direct Fergie and we will report airport in sight, Air Canada 780.
November 35 Corp, turn left direct Woolly.
Turn left direct Wooly, 35 Golf.
Delta 184.
Alright,
just making
starting
sure
the
you're
turn.
maintaining VFR.
Starting the turn left.
April, we're maintaining VFR, Delta 184.
Direct to Wooly. So it's having us come all the way around to the left. And then nav mode is armed. It's already capturing. It's gonna have to turn to the left more here. Alright, turning left direct Wooly. Alright, we're done with the departure chart. Alright, that's looking good. So we'll be on a 043 course up to Wooly. Climbing to 10,000. Alright, let me bring this up to 115 knots now. It's our cruise climb and our profile. Outside air temperature is 5. So when we get up to these clouds, see if we go through these. I thought they were at 6,500 AGL, but
Potomac approach, Coast Guard 02, holding short, ready.
doesn't seem accurate.
Coast Guard 2. Roger.
If VATSIM was on Xbox, asked to buzz the tower. Yeah, that's probably why it's not on Xbox. Well, you know, it's a technical thing.
Alpha X-ray 320 holding short runway 19 requesting takeoff clearance.
There's somebody right down there.
Giant 987, heavy climb maintain. Flight level 190.
190, 97 Heavy.
Cessna 35, go up, climb maintain 13,000.
Climb maintain 13,000, Cessna 35 Golf. Alright, 13,000.
Alpha CRX 332.
That's our cruising altitude.
Wind calm, runway 19 clear for takeoff.
Alright, 13,000 on selected
Alpha
altitude.
X-ray 320, wind calm, clear for takeoff, runway 19.
Alright, and we are 30 miles from Wooly still.
Contact
That's basically half of our flight is just to Wooly.
126
After that, we're going to make a right turn. This flight plan I chose specifically to go to the east, just from the suggestions on SimBrief, so I could stay in coverage. The original flight plan.
535, you are leaving Myers Space, Washington Central offline. Later service terminated, frequency change approved.
We're over 122.8 for Sam 535 tonight.
Oh, Washington Center went offline. Rip. Crap. Yeah, Washington Center is offline now, so we'll have to check in with New York approach and online once we get to Teterboro, but it looks like we're going to lose coverage now. Washington was online, and they covered up to the edge of New Jersey, or to the center of New Jersey almost, like
Canada
here.
780, clear to
But we're not going to have it. We might get passed off here.
Clear 19 approach, Air Canada 780.
Delta 185, fly headings 010, vectors for sequencing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's possible for us to get past to this controller. What is this? Oh, this is all Potomac approach, okay.
Altitude X-ray 320, it seems as
Okay,
if
that's
you
same
are
frequency.
sending airplane straight to my runway.
Some traffic
Delta
over
184,
there.
that traffic is at 13,000.
They show up, which is nice.
Delta 184, turn right heading 010, vectors for sequencing, turn descend and maintain 5,000.
Say again? I did not hear you 184.
Delta 184, turn right heading 020, descend and maintain 5,000, vectors for sequencing.
Right turn 020, descend and maintain 5,000, 184.
All right, let's sync my heading bug up. So 3,000 feet to go, or 2,500 feet to go, and we'll level off at 13,000. Looks like under the clouds. I don't know, it's always so hard to tell how high clouds are. All right, yeah, then we're just going direct Woolly. After that, we're gonna join the Victor 214, cross a few waypoints, and then
United 1093.
look for an approach into Teterboro.
Runway 19er, line
But this whole segment here, we're not really gonna have any coverage until we get up.
Washington, Dallas International Airport, AVS information, Delta 2.
All right, I had that on comm too, so it wasn't working this whole time, but now it's working. Somebody turned the ATIS on. Tons of traffic out here.
Delta 184, turn left heading 330.
Turn left heading 330, 184.
Hey, Adventum, on VATSIM, yeah, as of right now.
Alpha Sierra X-ray 320, stay altitude.
Re-upped your sub to on-air. Nice. Yeah, you can, if you don't have a virtual airline and you want to join us, hop on the Discord. I think we have like 30 people on already. It's pretty awesome. It's been pretty fun. Next time I will do an on-air thing. I'm just flying empty right now, basically.
Then stay altitude. United 1193, Washington.
All right, 1,000 to go.
Runway 19, clear for takeoff, traffic 8 miles minor.
Alright, clear for takeoff, runway 19, United 1093.
Air Canada 780, Washington wind calm, runway 19, clear to land, traffic departing.
Air Canada 780, clear to land, runway 19, we have visual on the traffic.
Delta 184, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000, Delta 184.
Giant 987, heavy, you are leaving Marin
This is going to be a very boring section right here.
Over to Unicom, Giant 97 Heavy, thanks for the service and have a great night.
What a nice guy. All right, we're about to level off at 13,000. We're supposed to have a 20-ish knot tailwind during the flight, according to...
American 906, after BAM, descend and maintain 3,000.
According to our OFP right here, 21 knot
Alpha Sierra X-ray
wind component. See? All right. All right, altitude capture and our average fuel flow. I wish I knew the cruise
Number
fuel
35
flow.
Golf, contact Potomac departure 126.1.
126.1, 35 Golf. Oh, we have a new frequency. 126.1 Potomac departure. And technically, are we on the Captain 1 departure still? I think we are. Or Capital 1, sorry. Potomac departure, Cessna 5635 Golf, 13,000 feet on the Capital 1 departure out of Dulles.
November 5635 Golf Potomac, how you doing? The Baltimore altimeter's 29er, 89er, and proceed direct Woolly if you're not already.
Direct Woolly, 29er, 89er, 35 Golf. All right, 2989, that's updated, and we're already direct Woolly, so we're good there. Cool, I guess somebody else came online or something. What was weird is here on the map, it does show 2 frequencies, but when I hover over it, just shows, it shows 2 different people. Oh, 1261 is on this frequency, okay. Yeah, we got handed over to this frequency instead. Kind of weird how they overlap like that. All right, direct to Woolly. So I guess technically, I don't know if we're I don't know when we are off the departure procedure. I mean, we're going to be on this map for a while because this goes so far away, but it's so funny how little distance we've covered because I'm in a turboprop. We're not in a citation or an airline or anything, so. All right, our speed, so we have kind of a crosswind. What's the tailwind component here? It estimated
United 2135, descend and maintain 3000.
Yeah, 23 knots.
United 3000, United 2135.
And if I didn't give it to you already, United 2135, speed's your discretion.
Speed my discretion, United 2135, next.
At his discretion, warp speed. All right, good here. Yeah, just direct Woolley. Then we're gonna make this east turn here. I don't know, see how they switch our frequency or what, but what's crazy is if you look at all these airspaces that were around, I don't know what class. I assume probably several of these are probably Bravos. I think usually when they have this crazy amount of shelves, they're usually Bravos, but they might be Charlies. I'm not sure. Maybe it's like 3 Bravos in a row. I don't know. This airspace is insane. We were flying VFR. This could potentially be a nightmare. But that's the beauty of IFR is if they accept your flight plan, you're just cleared through every airspace. And I believe even through TFRs if those are active. Gotta love seeing the contrails. Beautiful. Oh, good night, Macon. Or Mechine, sorry. Mechine. Thanks for your help in the chat. Picked up Tiger Moth. Oh, I actually saw that in the marketplace, and I was curious. Like, I saw how good the ratings were. That's pretty cool. Yeah, people love those like those little single engine props, like stripped down, like historic looking ones. I don't fly them much, but yeah, I get it. They're really fun. There's just so many planes available now. It's good times in Microsoft Flight Sim World.
2135. Excuse me, turn right heading 100, descend and maintain 2000.
All right, we're coming up on Woolley soon.
Right heading 100 and down to 2000, United
6 miles and a right
2135.
turn to 131. All right, and then let's do a fuel check at Woolley. So if I go to my flight plan here, we find Woolley in our log. Woolley right here, we should have 959 pounds remaining, but we're gonna have a lot more than that. We have 1,300. It's because I added a ton to be paranoid, but normally I would do a fuel check and make sure we're good. All right, it's definitely gonna be very dark when we get to Teterboro. All right, so this has been a fun flight so far. First of all, we got a departure procedure I wasn't expecting, and I couldn't tell what he was saying because I didn't prep for it. I was prepared to have no departure procedure, so something I need to do is look through the entire list of procedures better. I looked at a few of them based on the runway I thought I would depart at, but clearly I didn't look at the Captain 1 departure, which is just a radar vector departure. So he gave that to us, so I had to switch to use that. So that was unexpected just because of me. The rest of the clearance was easy though. And then he also he offered to switch us from 30 to runway 19er center. So we also accepted that as well. Oh, say how far from Woolley you are. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, good point. Yeah, then he wouldn't have had to say, oh, I assume you're on Woolley, proceed direct Woolley. Yeah, I should have said, 35 Golf, my altitude, Capital 1 departure, 12 miles from Woolley or something like that.
You know, 2135, apologies, turn right heading 19er, advising you have
Mark.
Dallas in sight. It'll be 12 o'clock, 10 miles when you roll out.
Right turn heading 190, we do at the airport in sight, United 2135.
All right, here's our
United
right turn direct to
2135, sorry for the late turn, cleared visual approach from my 19er center.
Clear visual approach from my 19er center, United 2135.
All right, we are now going Yanni and then BAL, that's Baltimore VOR, which I actually have tuned in up here already, just in case we need it for reference.
Potomac approach, northwest 270,
all right, sync the heading bug, 28 knots of tailwind, but 35 from the right.
Nummy 3 arrival, crossing Drez.
In the northwest, calling on the Nummy, try Potomac on 119 or 85, he's working the national area.
Copy. He sent me over here, so I'll go over there.
Okay, I'll follow up with him about that.
That guy's getting passed off here and there. All right, I'm gonna turn my pitot heat on just to be safe because it's -5 out and this is getting a little misty looking, but I can't tell if we're flying through something soon. There's no precipitation on the next rad. Actually, we could check the weather radar as well. Let me turn this guy on. Yeah, no precipitation, so, but you know, there can still be enough moisture to cause icing, but anyway, just to be safe, I'll turn that on, but I'm gonna leave anti-ice off for now. The really loud radio isn't helping. Oh, is it super loud for you guys? I could, for me, it's a good volume. There was one guy that was super loud, like it was basically clipping. It was so loud. But I can turn it down if it's too loud for you guys and then turn it up on my end. But right now, yeah, I just have it at its normal volume. Oh, just the other guy. Okay. Yeah, when I was taxiing at Dulles, it was pretty intense. One guy came in just like, he slid the little slider over to like absolute maximum. Oh, we are icing up. All right, anti-ice is on. Maybe I can request a descent for icing. Let's turn the wing light on and get the windshields. Oops. All right, there we go. All right, 140 knots, so I'll keep an eye on that. Turn the wing light on. Looks like it was just the windshield. This is on the glass. Yeah, just a little icing on the windshield. So that should go away in the next 5 minutes or so. See how it goes. Thanks, Jimmy. VATSIM is realistic. It's nice to hear humans, that's for sure.
Yeah, 2135, runway 19 center quarter line.
Runway 19 center quarter lane, 2135.
So something I also put in the flight plan for this is an arrival procedure called the MAZI 3. It's specifically for turboprops. And the reason we're at 13,000 is most of the restrictions there start at 12,000, so 12,000 on the descent. So I made sure that I had a valid eastbound altitude that would work.
November 35 Golf, clear direct BUZIE.
Clear direct BUZIE, 35 Golf. All right, direct BUZIE, so where is BUZIE? Oh, I didn't put in my arrival. Uh-oh, MAZI 3. BUZIE is not part of that. Uh-oh. I don't know where BUZIE is. Oh, there's BUZIE right there. BUZIE, found it. All right, direct BUZIE. Direct, enter. All right, there we go. Making a left-hand turn, direct BUZIE. Woo! I forgot to put in the arrival procedure. Just as I said that there's an arrival, I also didn't think in my head, hey, the arrival's not in my flight plan. And then we got clear direct BUZIE. So we cut off this corner, basically. So he's having us direct BUZIE. All right, let's check on that windshield. Icing looks gone. I'm going to leave it on. Yeah, my suspicions were correct, I guess. This isn't just like light pollution or something. This is going through some mist here, some thin clouds. All right, direct BUZIE, and then after that we have Jakey, Eileen, Wacky, Maisie, then a manual sequence, and then from there I'm expecting, well, we'll probably have to go direct Teterboro after that. So I guess what I could do just to make the arrival work is go into procedures and remove, or just select an approach, I guess. Let me just reselect the same approach and see what it does to the flight plan. Yeah, it would take us direct to Strat after that, but we'll...
Yeah, 2135, take it down to Yankee 7, join Delta and taxi to the ramp, enjoy the rest of your night.
Yankee 7 Delta to the ramp, yeah, 2135, thanks out.
You know, I always forget to turn it on because it used to not be in operation in the 208, but they fixed that. Thanks, Michael. Hey, Mark. Yas. Yeah, it's great so far. All right, so we are on our way here. Let me bring up the Maisie arrival, and we're going to expect them to... Okay, he has us go direct BUZIE, so our first restrictions at Jakey, right after BUZIE, is 12,000. Now, actually, something I don't know, maybe you guys know this, when I have an arrival in my flight plan, I assume I need to wait for them to clear me to descend via the star, right? I don't vacate my altitude until they give me permission to basically follow the altitude restrictions on here. So anyway, we're cutting off this corner here and going direct BUZIE, but then right after that we'll have a 12,000, which is right here. So I'm just going to double check these restrictions. 12,000 at Jakey, 12,000 at Eileen, 11,000 at Wacky.
Potomac approach, Douglas 8052 Lima, level 90,000.
Douglas 8052 Lima, Potomac approach, hello, the altimeter at Dulles 2987. Where are you parking today?
And I'm going to get this frequency set up as well, 120.8 for...
2987 and stand by for Douglas 8052 Lima.
Stay ahead of the plane. All right, so this is 120.8, so I'll have this in if they pass us off, or when they pass us off. But actually, before then, we might be on Unicom. What's that? 122.8.
Potomac approach, Douglas 8052 Lima will be parking at signature.
So it's just
number 52 Lima. Okay, sounds good. Expect a visual approach, runway 19 left.
Expect official 19 left, Douglas 8052 Lima.
Request descent.
And number 52 Lima, flight present heading Vector Stefano, maintain 9,000.
Present heading, maintain 9,000, 8052 Lima.
All right, I'm going to turn anti-ice off for now. See if we ice up on the windshield again. But the wings look good, and our speed is still over 140. It hasn't dropped, so probably good with the icing. All right. Yeah, so all these VNAV altitudes are set correctly, and so over here, verify our next VNAV altitude is 12,000. So once we're cleared to descend via the star, then we'll be able to descend down to 12,000 by Jakey right here. Is this iced up right here? I can't tell if it's a shadow or if it's icing. Oh, and I have my landing light on, which I don't need, so I'll turn that off. It's hard to tell. I don't think there's any icing on the actual airframe or the wings. Yeah, I think it's just a shadow. Wings look pretty good. I'm gonna keep the wing light on just as a reminder myself to make sure to check on the icing. I mean, it looks pretty clear from here to, who knows, over here. However far that is. Alright, I'll just turn the wing light off. Wing light off. VATSIM will teach you, if you let it, that you're important too. Ask ATC for help. Yeah, I mean, everybody's really friendly so far. I can't believe how much that last controller was doing. I think he's still on, but that guy running Potomac approach is doing so much. That's just insane. That it's just really impressive how much they get done. All right, 143 knots. So yeah, we are direct. We're direct BUZIE. Now we're just chilling. And then ultimately we'll be at 7,000 at the end of the star, and then we'll be looking for an approach assigned for Teterboro. Last time I checked the METAR at Teterboro, it was favorable for 19. I could just check it here. I know this is separate from their ATIS source potentially. There's maybe different for their METAR and for their ATIS, but yeah, 250 at 4. So they might have runway 24 instead. So if they do runway 24, I believe there's an RNAV approach for 24. Yeah, there is. There's an RNAV GPS for 2.4, which is, it's an LNAV only, so this is a non-precision. This is basically the equivalent of like a VOR approach. So we have higher minimums, almost 600 feet instead of like 200 on an ILS, but that could be possible. And then it looks like Strat, is this? Yeah, Strat is the same initial approach fix for both runway 19 and down here. K9 8 is, I don't think it's online. Let me check again. Oh, it is online now. No, it's not. Sorry, that red dot. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see this. The red dot, it means an event. Yeah, it's not online, unfortunately. So this controller here will have to give it to me. All right, so we're going to be leaving their airspace soon. We're right here, 3-5 Golf. We're coming up on the edge of the...
November 3-5 Golf, descend and maintain 12,000.
Descend and maintain 12,000, 3-5 Golf.
November 5-2 Lima, descend and maintain 6,000.
No, 6,000, November
vertical
5-2
speed, 800 feet per minute. So he's just setting me up for the arrival. So we'll already be at 12,000, so we don't need it. When we get to Jakey, we'll already be there. So yeah, I'm going to pin this RNAV for 2.4 just in case they choose it. I have no idea what the weather's going to be, but 2.4 is favorable according to the METAR, so we'll see how that goes. Now let's bring up Maisie 3 again.
So I'm approaching at 1152 with you at 18,000, and I'm
alright, halfway down to 12,000.
United 1152 Potomac approach, good evening. Radar contact, say again the second thing you said there.
At 18,000, I haven't started the descent on the Clipper 2 yet. I also got off course, but I'm going direct Clipper at the moment.
Okay, very good. United 1152, radar contact there at 18. Are you able to cross clip? Actually, you know what? Just descend and maintain 12,000, United 1152. The Baltimore altimeter is 29er, Washington, landing south.
29er, 89er in Baltimore, which is what we had already.
Roger, I'll descend via the, correction, I'll descend to 12,000, United 1152.
That's pretty loud, isn't it? I think it might be too loud on the
and
stream.
next time, it's on the chart there. I know it's a very early descent into Reagan, but if you're able to cross Clipper at 12, it helps us out.
Let me turn that down a little bit. Sorry, guys. I saw my meters here. It was all in the red when they're talking, and that is too loud. I mean, red doesn't mean too loud, but for me, I should be in the red.
I actually don't see that at the chart. I see at Trish cross 12,000 if
wow,
you're
it's
turbojet,
really loud.
and at Baltimore, turbojets cross at 10. Oh yeah, I see. At 12, okay. Disregard.
Yep, no, you're absolutely right. It's Trish at 12.
All right, that should be a lot better. I turned it down to 20%.
I'm not sure why the chart is printed like that, because New York Center never gives that.
Sorry about that, guys.
At 12, but yeah, it is Trish.
Yeah, I noticed when I was using FS HUD for ATC on my last stream last week that I didn't notice till the end of the stream how loud that was. I always try to check my stream afterwards because I'm a little...
November 3-5 Golf, daily approach offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, take care.
Frequency change approved, thanks. 3-5 Golf. Alright, 1228 for now, so I'm going to switch over to Unicom. Alright, 1228, and... I think I need to do position checks when I'm on the star. And just say I'm direct BUZIE at 12,000. I don't know how much traffic there is, but shortly after this, or probably in like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to switch over to New York approach. So that is LGA approach, LaGuardia approach, AK New York approach, 120.8. Oops, wrong knob. Great. I just changed my... Oh, I changed it back. All right. Changed my my altimeter setting. All right, New York 120.8. So I'll set that up. And we're going to have to contact them once we get in their airspace. And I assume what I'm going to do, because this is uncontrolled here, I'm just going to follow the star as published. So we'll go down to a minimum of 7,000. So all I have to do, because VNAV is in this, is set my ultimate target altitude all the way down to 7,000. Arm VNAV. Why are we pitching up right now? That was weird. Okay, it's leveling us off. Maybe just a METAR change. So set this to 7,000 and then hit my VNAV button. Our top of descent's in 15 minutes, but I think I can pretty much hit it whenever. And then sync my heading bug straight again. So this will respect... What's cool about this is, even though I set this to 7,000, I'm basically saying you can go all the way down to 7,000, but that doesn't mean that the first thing it's going to do when it hits this is go to 7,000. It's still going to level off at 12, stay at 12, level off at 11,000, and then again do another descent. It's going to do the steps for us every single time to hit each altitude at that waypoint. So it is super magical. I love VNAV. All right, so that's all set up. I'm just going to announce my position, I guess. And let me double check. I have to Google this. I think it's 122.8. VATSIM Unicom. 1228? Yeah, 1228. And I haven't heard anybody, and there's nobody around me on the map. This guy's in controlled airspace. There's nobody in uncontrolled airspace at all, but I'll just say it anyway. Yeah. Actually, I don't know what to say. Do you even... I guess I'll just say, I mean, nobody's even listening, so this is so embarrassing. Cessna 5635 Golf on the Maisie 3 arrival, crossing BUZIE at 12,000 feet. There, I just told nobody. So if anybody's listening, they know I'm crossing BUZIE. Or is it busy? Did I say BUZIE? It looks like BUZIE. I think. Did he say busy or boozy? I don't know. Let's say BUZIE. BUZIE sounds more fun. All right. I'm just checking for. I'm getting a little paranoid about the ice. It looks like we're good. All right. So we're turning on to course now, and he has us at 12,000 already. So we do not need to descend until Wacky. So our top of descent just moved because it knows we're already at 12,000. So our new top of descent is in 13 minutes. And it's right over here between Eileen and Wacky. All right. And then, yeah, once we get off that, there's a manual sequence at the end of this arrival procedure because we need to, just because this arrival, I'm guessing this covers so many airports. Yeah, there's so many airports shown here. Let's see. So here it says after Regal at 7,000, so we'll descend to 7,000. Proceed direct to Gonzo, cross Gonzo at 3,000. Oh, that's interesting. Right? Proceed direct to Gonzo, cross Gonzo at 3,000. So, oh, that's lost comms. Whoops. Okay, I'm a newbie. So this is, oh, actually we are technically in a lost comm situation, right? Since we're only on, yeah, since we would actually follow this, right? Of course, if I get in his airspace before Gonzo, then I would need to not do that. I wish I could tell where their airspace started, like where, I just have to reference the map, I guess. So Gonzo is, oh yeah, Gonzo is actually very far north. So here's New Jersey and this little cut in here, like where Manhattan is. So right here, it's pretty much perpendicular to that. So Gonzo, and then if I just cross-reference that over here, then yeah, we're way in their airspace by that point. This cutout here is interesting too. You say boozy, I say busy. Let's call the whole thing up. Also need to figure out when. It looks like right when we pass Trenton is when I want to get in touch with them, but luckily I can just see where I am on the moving map. Oh, sorry. Can I bring that up? Yeah, so we're right here. So we're uncontrolled on Unicom until we get to Trenton. Then we're going to be on with New York approach right here. And then it looks like that last waypoint is around this area, somewhere in here. So I guess the question is, do we would need to start that descent down to 3,000. So if I did that, yeah, I'm trying to think where we would start that descent. We go 800 feet per minute. We're at 200 knots, so we're going more than 3 miles a minute. And the distance between Regal and Gonzo is 12 miles. So, in 12 miles, at 3 miles a minute, that means we're doing that in 4 minutes. So, in 800 feet per minute, we will be able to drop. It's just about right. We would need to go from 11 to 7. Oh no, we need to go from 7 to 3. So 4,000 feet in 4 minutes would be 1,000 feet per minute. So that's a little faster than our normal descent rate. So basically, we need to start descending before we get in touch with them, I think. And so for lost comms here, it does say cross Gonzo at 3,000. So I do think I should put 3,000 on here for the lost comms, and then let him know I'm descending 3,000, or I'm on the descent, and then he'll tell us what to do. So I'll designate a VNAV altitude here for 3,000. And let's see if we get a red X. We do not. So if this was too steep of a descent and we could not do it using the default flight path angle of 3 degrees, 3-degree angle of descent, it would put a big X through this to let us know, like, no, at your standard, like, 3-degree glide path angle or flight path angle for descent, you can't do that. But it checks out, so we'll be able to do that. So now I could change this all the way down to 3 to start that descent. And then when I check in with the controller, I'll just make sure to let him know I'm descending towards descending to 3,000. We're about to start our VNAV descent right here. Actually, we're not. It looks like we are, but it's 12,000 again. So now it's going to recalculate the next waypoint in a second, which will be 11,000, I think. So VPath is still waiting. So we just crossed Eileen, and next is Wacky. Oh, sorry, we're going towards Wacky still. And then, oh, top of descent is after, so we still have 7 minutes. All right. Lost comms is there in case you lose comms with a controller, so they know where you're going in the busy airspace. So in this case, follow the normal start otherwise. So in this case, because I'm on Unicom, would I consider that? Like, I'm reading this as if I was in touch with a controller, they would be descending me down to 3,000 feet. Like, this is what they're going to have me do, most likely, or something similar to this. I'm going to be departing 7,000 feet, is what I'm guessing. Unicom is not lost comms. Right, it's not lost comms, but I also need to make a decision. I'm basically my own ATC when I'm on Unicom. So, yeah, I don't know. VATSIM-ism. Yeah, I don't know the answer to this. Common frequency. Yeah, I'm on Unicom right now. I announced my position. There's no one else around me at all in this space, so announcing my position here is pretty useless. I did it once anyway. VNAV newbie. Do you engage VNAV once you reach BUZIE? You can, kind of like how you can engage approach mode when you're on an approach before you get to a glide path or a glide slope. You can engage VNAV or VPath mode before you reach your top of descent. Announce you're descending the star, that does it. So Tom, are you saying I don't go below 7,000 on this, even though Lost Comm says that I would be down to 3,000 by Gonzo? That's my concern, is I have 12 miles between Regal and Gonzo. Gonzo doesn't have a restriction, so I'll be at 7,000. But then here, Lost Comm says that I'll cross Gonzo at 3,000. So if ATC is on, they may be expecting me to cross Gonzo at 3,000. But this is only for Lost Comms. So I guess you're saying I don't do this, is what you're saying. So I'll just level off at 7,000 and cross Gonzo at 7,000, even though it says here to cross it at 3,000 for Lost Comms. If that makes sense. So Max, what I did, so with VPath, you can arm it, at least with the G1000, you can kind of arm it whenever you want. Right here, this magenta altitude shows you your next VNAV altitude, kind of your next step down. So that's coming from over here. So we're heading to Eileen, and our restriction, or our VNAV altitude put in here is 12,000. Anything that's listed in blue, you can use for VNAV. And then you can also make something blue by using the FMS knob. So that's actually what I did down here at Gonzo. I set this at 3,000. This would never happen in real life. You could always squawk 7600 and YOLO it. As far as I know, it's a VATSIM rule that if you're on Unicom, just follow the star. Not lost comms. Okay. All right. I'll remove this then. So what I'm going to do is remove, for Max's sake, just so he sees this. I had designated this for VNAV, but now I'm just going to hit clear. I can remove that VNAV altitude. So now it's no longer blue. So now VNAV, all I can do is get down to 7,000, and these VNAV altitudes are for the approach later. So I'll do that for now. Yeah, this is my only VATSIM experience I have right now, so I will definitely listen to all you guys. All right, I'll totally listen to you guys. David and Tom, thanks. All right, so I'll just go to 7,000, but I'll announce when I'm descending on the star. I guess I should do that shortly, just for practice anyway. After I lean, I'm going to start the descent to Regal. Heading out for food, might jump back in a bit. All right, Tech. Thanks for streaming, gives me a little more courage. Yeah, I've been thinking about it for way too long. I did Pilot Edge like December last year, and then December the year before that, I did it as well. So, yeah, it's scary, but what I actually did, technically this isn't my first VATSIM flight. I did one last night, but it was only on Unicom because there were no controllers on. Anyway, all right, so we're coming up to Eileen. After Eileen, we're going to descend to 11,000 up here for Wacky, then 7,000 for Regal. So I have 7,000 set here with V path enabled. So that's when you hit VNAV, it arms V path, vertical path. So that will just automatically start once we get to our top of descent, which is in 4 minutes. So once we get closer, I think there are some rules around distance and time to top of descent until it shows up here. But we'll get a little V and a little like sideways V looking thing, kind of like a little chevron symbol showing us our vertical deviation. So if you say something wrong, no one will care. Yeah. I also don't know about the ATIS, what to do, just because, you know, I could just use Microsoft Flight Sim local ATIS. There are no... Yeah, there's no ATIS. The next closest ATIS is towards Teterboro, so at LaGuardia there's an ATIS. But that's a ways off, but let's see. Their altimeter is 29 or 86 over there. So we're 29 or 89. And I guess my other option is just to use Flight Sim weather, so if I hit B, it actually goes up, so I'm not going to do that. Well, I mean, that could be accurate. I don't really know. I don't know what to do. I think you just have to take a guess at local METARs, so... I should probably just hit B, actually. Yeah, that would be the local METAR. That's the best that I know to do. The best information I have is what the sim has, so I'll just leave that. Use the sim ATIS. Yeah, unless there's VATSIM. Got it. All right, Eileen, we're going to depart 12,000, or vacate, sorry. We're going to vacate 12,000 for 11 and then 7,000 on the Mazzy 3. Mazzy 3. I'm writing it down in big text in front of me. So I know it's right here. It's really small right here. And I know Mazzy's right there, but anyway, whatever. I haven't heard anybody say anything on Unicom. So, and then after this, we're going to 120.8 is going to be New York approach. So they are still on. He's been only on a half hour, so hopefully I assume he'll still be on. And so it looks like as we come up here, this is a little weird. I don't know how long I'm going to be in his airspace, but our flight plan has us going up here and then to Teterboro. We may not even get coverage into Teterboro, actually, because you can see it's outside of the coverage area. Unfortunately, earlier this was totally covered. But yeah, it's not covered right now. So I might end up doing my own approach. Or I could just I can't change my flight plan. It's already filed and accepted and all that. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. All right, VNAV just hit. So it's not descending yet just because it doesn't need that long. So our top of descent is still in 1 minute and 20. What's weird is I don't see it here. So I'm just going to toggle VNAV really quickly up here. Yeah, it's not really waking up. So I'll just keep an eye on that and see if it starts our top of descent or not. It should. Cessna 5635 Golf is on the Mazzy 3 arrival, vacating 2000 for 7000. All right, I just said that on Unicom. Okay, here's our vertical deviation indicator here. So once this hits the line, it's gonna work just the same way that, you know, approach mode works on an autopilot for a glide path or a glide slope. Basically, I just think of it as a fake glide slope. So yeah, this is gonna do our descent down to 11,000. And pitot heat's still on. Do we have any icing? I don't see any. Let's check our wing light. Nope, looks good. All right, there's our descent. So now it's capturing V-path because this came to the center, and now it's doing our vertical speed for us automatically by pitching down, and it's gonna get to 11,000 feet next. So I gave it permission to take us eventually down to 7, but this is the current VNAV restriction. So it's only gonna go to 11, and it's gonna go to altitude select mode there, and then altitude capture, altitude hold mode, keep us at 11,000. So that should happen in the next 2 or 3 seconds here. All right, 300 feet to go until 11,000. Yeah, I'm watching my speed right here. We're getting a little speed boost, feels good. And now it's switched to 7,000 already, and it's continuing our descent for 7,000. All right, slowing down here a little bit. So it just kept the descent going to get down to 7,000 by the time it gets to Regal. So that's why it's continuing. I'm pulling back on my speed a little bit here. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for the $4.99, Michael. I appreciate it, dude. I should have got a coffee before this, but I didn't. I thought it might make me more nervous to have coffee. All right, we are approaching New York. Approach. So what's weird is I'm gonna fly right through this, and then oh, we are gonna turn right here at Mazey though. So all right, we'll see how it goes. I forget how this lines up, how far through this we go, but at some point he's probably just gonna terminate, and we're gonna just self-call for Teterboro. All right, I'm gonna update here. And let's tune in 120.8. So this is New York approach. And I got Unicom on the standby still. All right, we're crossing Mazey. There's no restriction there, but we need to be at 7,000 by Regal, so it's doing that descent for us. Hey Ricardo, what's up? Love how you always manage your flight, manage chat, and somehow manage to explain everything. I'm trying. Luckily, yeah, I'm trying to over-prepare for this. And as I say that, I realize I'm going to have to figure out where to land at Teterboro. So I'm going to check the Teterboro METAR. And actually, let's go check map again. Got a little bit. I'm going to give it like another minute. But we are creeping on that frequency right now, 120.8. And there's only like one plane in that coverage area right now over here. So it looks like there's a KLM flight is the only one that's in. All right, so let's check Teterboro again, just so I know what to expect for me. I don't think we'll have coverage there. Well, winds are calm now, so I could set up for the ILS19 again, which is what I had originally, just to do an ILS, because it's very kind of brainless, so that's great. I guess an LPV would be easier. Don't have to even think about switching to green needles. All right. And I would check my fuel normally, but I took a ton of extra fuel. Hey, Jared. Jared says, when making calls on Unicom, give location and altitude, not reference waypoints on departure and arrival routes for VFR traffic. Oh, so, well, where do I say I am, though? I guess that's what I don't know. Like, what do I even say? Where do I say that I am? Hey, I'm flying near KDYL, whatever that is. All right, we're about to hit our bottom descent. Hello from Brazil. From Brazil. Did I say that? Did I say that weird? I was thinking in my head how to pronounce your name, and I don't want to mess it up. Gil? I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. I don't want to butcher it either. All right, 7,000 at Regal. Thanks for hanging out, though.
We appreciate you taking us on your first
And that delay.
VATSIM experience.
Oh, 7 miles east of Los Angeles. I see what you're saying. All right, we're leveling off at 7,000. Giving it some All right, I'm gonna contact the controller soon. I'm just gonna contact him now. And yeah, let's see, we're at 7,000. We're on the Maisie 3, and we are 11 miles from Gonzo. New York approach, Cessna 5635 Golf on the Maisie 3 arrival, and I am 10 miles from Gonzo, 7,000 feet.
November 5635 Golf, good evening, New York approach. Unfortunately, I do not cover Newark Airport. I only cover LaGuardia Airport. You need to go to Unicom 122.8, sir.
Okay, got it. I just saw I was flying into your airspace, but I'll stay on Unicom. Thanks. 35 Golf.
Yeah, no, actually you're not. You're too low. Anything that I'd have coming in there would be at 10,000. That's actually the Newark airspace.
Roger, thanks for the info. 35 Golf, have a good one.
You too, take care.
All right, so I don't need to. So I'm too low to contact him. So even though I'm flying through his airspace here, I don't even have to contact him. So we're just going right into Teterboro, I guess. And there's no coverage there, so unfortunately the end of this flight's not going to be as exciting as the beginning, I guess. But I'll switch back over to Unicom. Guillerm is the pronunciation. Okay, I'll just call you Gil if that's cool. Thanks for tuning in, Gil. We're just I'm just getting to the end of the flight here, but I'm just gonna set up for Teterboro. So I'm just gonna do runway 19 into Teterboro then on the ILS. So I'm gonna wait till we get to Gonzo, and then we're gonna go up to Strad here for the initial approach fix, and we'll just take the ILS into runway 19 because the winds are calm. But I'll do that, and then I can like call my positions, I guess. So on Unicom, I call my approach, right? You prefer Unicom over controllers. It's less scary, that's for sure. That guy was really nice though. All right, so I'm gonna update my altimeter because we don't have ATIS or ATC to give us one. So 2988, and we're at 7,000 feet. And then after this, we're gonna turn north, and then we're gonna go on the ILS 19 into Teterboro. We got some traffic above us here. So yeah, I need to read up more on Unicom, like position calls. So for example, like I'm planning to do the ILS into Teterboro on 19. So I assume, and I could be totally wrong, my assumption would be I make the calls that I would kind of make to ATC, or that I would read back to them. So I would say that, like, you know, I would say that I'm inbound. I would just say something like, you know, Cessna 35 Golf inbound to Teterboro, ILS 19er, 10-mile final or something like that. And then I would say like turning, or, you know, on final or on short final, ILS 19 Teterboro. I would just call out traffic, right? And I wouldn't call it, I don't call it to like the general vicinity of people. I call it as if there's like a CTAF frequency at Teterboro Airport. So I would say Teterboro traffic, Cessna 35 Golf, you know, on the ILS 19, 10-mile final, something like that, Teterboro at the end. So that's all I know. VNAV will last until when? So VNAV, you can make VNAV last until you disconnect autopilot, like right before the ground and then touch down. So what I could do is, so we're about to hit a manual sequence here, so I'm gonna prep for that. I'm gonna do that just by syncing the heading bug. This bug is so weird. Whenever I zoom in and then okay, yeah, if I zoom in with that was weird. It'll just zoom me out. I don't know why that happens. All right, here's our manual sequence. I'll talk about VNAV in a second. All right, so our GPS is now suspended. So this is just because it is making me tell it to go to the next waypoint. So because our next waypoint is Strad, if I just hit suspend here, it's gonna switch us to the wrong waypoint. All right, let me go to heading. So it's choosing the second waypoint for some reason. Anyway, I'm just gonna go procedure and activate the approach to give us the right waypoint. There we go. Go back into nav mode. All right, GPS. So we're going direct Strad now. So, so with VNAV, so let me take a look at VNAV here. We get some VNAV altitudes for free when we load procedures in with the GPS. So your Garmin or whatever avionics you're using, it has its own internal database of all this information. And as part of that, for arrivals, departures, and approach procedures, it has these altitude restrictions in there. So if I bring up the ILS for 19, which is the one that I'm flying right here, and we go down to the profile. Actually, we can start up here. So at Strad, right after Strad, it says 2800 to Scooby, 2600 to Nippy, 2100 to Unville, and you can see that matches. And actually, we should cross-check these. So you can see these altitudes right here. So Strad, and then it says 2800, really small right here, before Scooby. So 2800 at Scooby, Nippy's 26, and then 21. So those all match. And then the final approach fix right here is tugs, and we go down here and look at tugs. Right here we have 1500, and that's where we get the glide slope. So that'll take us down to the runway. Now, even if I wasn't doing an approach on the G1000 NXi, you could actually just put in a departure and arrival airport. You could set a VNAV altitude for your arrival airport. So you could put in like the traffic pattern altitude. So say the airport's at 500 feet and you're flying a small plane, you'd put in 1500 for like a standard 1,000-foot AGL, traffic pattern altitude. And then you could use VNAV to descend all the way to the airport. Now, it's not going to work perfectly because that is going to put you right over the airport at that altitude. So, you know, ideally, there are some other features where you can do like an offset, but that's not in the G1000 NXi yet. You could tell it like 6 miles before the waypoint, get down to that altitude. But you can technically go in right now and designate any waypoint, including your departure and arrival airport, or including an airport, with a VNAV altitude, and that's why they're blue. These are blue and VNAV eligible just because they're part of the procedure. They're loaded in by default. But if I go in and I edit one of them, then I can, so like for example, it's estimating that at Strad, we're gonna be at 4,200 feet. It's estimating that because it knows that by the time we get to Scooby, we'll be at 2,800 feet. So it's saying, okay, you're at 7,000 now. You're going to eventually be at 2,800 at this waypoint, so I can estimate what altitude you're going to be at when you're crossing this waypoint. That's what the white ones are. But what I could do is I could go in there and designate a VNAV altitude and start descending now, or wait until my top of descent. So if I look at Strad, there's some obstacles here to the west of it, 1,800-foot tower or something. Some obstacle right there. But I do need to get down to 26 there. I mean, I'm not going to worry about the Strad altitude. What I'm going to do is just use the Scooby altitude. So that's the next one. I can start descending whenever. I don't need the altitude to be on Strad. You know, I can still start the descent to 2,800 using the one that's on Scooby. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'll bring this down to 28. I could bring it down to 28. And what that'll do is this overrides this one, right? Like at a base level, at the lowest you can go. So if I put in 3,000, it's going to try to get me down to 28, but it will level off at 3,000. In this case, what I normally do is just put the final altitude I'll be at. The final VNAV altitude is 1,500. So I'm going to just change this all the way down to 1,500 so I don't have to remember it anymore. So there's 1,500, and then I'm going to hit VNAV up here. If I can get my... There we go, hit VNAV there. That enables VPath mode. And down here, I can see my top of descent in 7 minutes. So in 7 minutes, it's going to start that descent for us. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, VNAV pitches you to hit a target. Oh, there's some traffic right there. They didn't say anything either. This is where position reports are good, I guess. Did they just disappear? I looked away for a split second and now they're gone. Oh, they're there. Oh, it's because I zoomed in. Uh-oh, there's one in front of me too. Let me check the traffic out here. It's not showing in traffic on the map. I guess I could just announce my position. This guy's probably really high. Okay, 6,300 feet above us. I don't see the other one to the right. He must be further out. This guy's 6,000 feet above us, so it's not no factor, right? So I'm not worried about it.
Teterboro to Unicom, this is November 999 Yankee Delta, approaching for ILS runway 6 from the north. Advise any traffic. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Okay, that guy's going ILS 06. Oh, I see him right there. 06. I'm gonna check. Let me check the METAR. See if the winds have changed. Winds are still calm, so I'm doing 19. He's doing runway 6 though. All right, let's see. How far away from Teterboro are we? I can just check with the range knob, I guess. We are pretty much 20. There's runway 19. We're about 20-ish miles, 20, 25 miles to the west. Teterboro traffic, Cessna 5635 Golf is about 20 miles to the west of the field. We're setting up for the ILS runway 19er from the north at 7,000 feet right now, Teterboro. So that guy is doing, he's doing the ILS for 06, but we can see him right there. We like 19er at KTEB more anyway, yeah. It's what I've done before, so I'm just going to go with what I'm comfortable with.
Teterboro traffic, November 999 Yankee Delta is turning to face the final on a 10-mile final for ILS runway 06.
All right, I just keyed my mic twice. I don't know if that actually comes through, but hopefully it does. But yeah, he's right there setting up for 06. We have a ways where it's going to take us a bit to get there, so. 23:47 is the estimated time, so we have 15 minutes, a little less than 15 minutes estimated for landing. I could just do, yeah, I could have done more of a straight in, taken a different approach, come from the south or something, but yeah, whatever. 19 is familiar and winds are calm, so I'm just going to do 19. All right, so let's look at the approach plate again. All right, so we are flying the ILS 19er into Teterboro, ILS approach. Localizer is 110.15, which is not tuned in. So let me tune that in, 110.15. And the identifier code is India Tango Juliet Lima. All right, 110.15. Put that on nav 1 and nav 2. (11015). All right, we don't have that yet. Final approach course is 195. And we don't need the other frequencies just because, yeah, he's way over there. He's already like getting ready to land. Actually, it says he's 2,000 feet below us, so that puts him at 5,500 feet or 4,500 feet right now. He's got a ways to descend. I'm really just calling it just because I can talk to somebody, which is kind of cool. But yeah, he's way over there, like right near the runway already. We're going way around the north, so. All right, he's 3,400 feet down. And he's going onto runways. He's doing the opposite of us. Or not the same runway. He's on a different runway, but he's doing 06. He's flown, I think is he going to turn this way? I think he might turn around this way because 06 is up this direction, I think. All right, so we're going to Strat. Let's check our top of descent here. Top of descent, 1 minute and 35 seconds. So that'll take us down to 2,800 by Scooby to start. All right, and then missed approach we'll look at in a little bit. But we'll have to climb to 500, climbing a right turn, cross BUZIE at 1500. All of the missed approach procedure parts are down here at the bottom. So here's missed approach point, 500 feet, then direct BUZIE. But I just need to know to get up to 1500 at BUZIE, then climb to 3000, track 275. But it says cross BUZIE at 1500, so that's a hard restriction right there. So I'll set my selected altitude to 1500, which it happens to be at right now anyway. So that's great. It's the same as the final approach fix altitude, so I actually don't need to update it. Minimums are 219 baro, so go down here and set that. Baro. So 219, round that to 220. And then you guys have said to add 40 feet for safety, so I'll do that. And cool. And then it was calm and clear the last I checked, so let's just check the ATIS again to make sure we're good on all the minimums. Yeah, 10 miles of visibility, clear, 17 degrees, and 0 knots. All right, 3 degrees outside. It's really clear right now, so I'm just turning pitot heat off as well. And I just realized my landing light was off that whole time. RIP. Under 10,000 feet landing light off, so on-air company would yell at me. All right, there's our VNAV descent. Just make sure we don't overspeed. It's going 1,000 feet per minute. So I'll pull back just a little bit on the throttle. All right, so yeah, our minimums are set. That's 220 plus 40, and then 1,500 for missed approach procedure altitude. Final approach course is 1905. And then RNAV, let's see, GPS or radar required from STRAD, RNAV 1 GPS required, radar required, RNAV 1 GPS from map to exam. So, doesn't say DME required for this one, does it? I don't see DME required. So 110.15. So we just need to, oh yep, it's in already. So there's our identifier. If you don't have a fancy Garmin, you can listen in by just hitting nav 1 or nav 2 on your radio and listen to the Morse code compared to the dots and dashes here. So that matches. I mean, it definitely matches just because, you know, it's already translated it to letters for us, but we're good there. All right, sweet. So we're coming up to Strad here, and we're going to make a right-hand turn. 2,800 at Scooby, and then ultimately down to 1,500. We have the localizer tuned in, and I have the needles set here on my bearing pointers, just so I'll see it before we actually get up to it. So I have those turned on down here, bearing 1 and bearing 2. So I set that to nav 1 and nav 2. So we'll see some blue needles show up here. Speed is good. And let me update my altimeter. 29er, 89er. And let me double check to see if anyone's come online. Looks like nobody else is online, so no one covering Teterboro. No traffic or anything around here. Oh, it's because I clicked my plane. Oh, when you click your plane, it hides the other traffic. Okay, that was my bad. So it looks like that other guy got down to the ground. Did he just keep flying? Wasn't it this dude? Oh, maybe not. I expect to see somebody on the ground right now, but nobody's on the ground. All right, making the right-hand turn at Strad. Next is Scooby. We're at 4,300. So the next VNAV just clicked in, so it's just continuing our descent. We're just keeping an eye on our speed. And I see Teterboro right over there, I think. There's so many airports that... Oh yeah, and if I zoom in, the lights like go away sometimes. Oh no, that wasn't it. That was something else maybe. Maybe you can't see the beacon yet. Is that it? Yeah, that's it right over there. It's gotta be it. All right, 162 knots. Still on the V-path. V-path profile. All right, here's our next bottom of descent. So you can see it's, once we get to this bottom of descent right here. Oh yeah, it's actually right, sorry, it's right at Scooby, so. But yeah, it just does all the step downs for us. If for some reason it needs to level off for a bit and then do another step down, it will do that. It's only going to do descents at the defined flight path angle. So And you can actually change that. If you turn on your cursor, you can hit VNAV profile down here, and you can change the flight path angle. If you want to descend faster at a greater angle or less of an angle, you can do that too. And then finally, you can also use VNAV direct. So say I want to descend to 1500 right now. I can just highlight this and then hit VNAV direct down here. This is like it's the VNAV equivalent of, direct to GPS waypoint, but for altitude. So this will calculate and put a top of descent right in front of us. So we can start our descent no matter what the flight path angle is. There is a max of 6 degrees, but if this gives us like a 0.5 degree flight path angle, you could still do that. If you really want to use VNAV and do VNAV direct, it would start your descent right away at whatever flight path angle between 0 and 6 degrees that it needed to get down there at that time. So that's another option. So if you did want to start a descent way further out than you needed to, because you just don't want to wait or something, you want like a 1 degree descent, you can do that too. Can I do a video explaining all of this? I do have a lot of G1000 videos, so if you watch through all of them, like every video covers a different feature, and it does that. I did it as they were released. So all this is in the sim now, and everybody gets it, including on Xbox. But back when it was in development, I was making videos at every release. But you can definitely go through those. So you see how it's leveled us off at 2,800 feet, right? It's not descending to 26 yet. It's waiting for the next top of descent. And then that's gonna, and it's only waiting because it's got that target 3 degree flight path angle. So it's doing that step down that's kind of, depicted here. It does like a descent and then it flattens out, descent, flatten out. If you really wanted to, I guess what I could do is like a continuous descent. But that's not necessarily always good. Like sometimes you can't go down any further until you cross over the next waypoint. So anyway, it's doing its job. All right, 150 knots, and we are turning almost to final. We have one more turn after this. So now we're descending to Unville, 2100 down to Unville. And we're at 26 right now. So our next top of descent, again, right here. So it'll take us from 26 to 21 in that distance. And then since it's an ILS, I usually wait until I turn onto the final approach course before I activate approach mode. Just because it can be confusing. Approach mode on the autopilot, all it does is let you capture vertical guidance. So arming approach mode, I do think there is some use for it with VOR approaches. I read in the manual a long time ago, I think it was for the G1000, that when you enable approach mode, it basically becomes a more sensitive radio navigation sensing. It kind of puts it into overdrive for VOR approaches. But besides that, approach mode is just for capturing the descent, capturing the vertical guidance down to the runway. Is there something for Navigraph that you can use for Xbox? I would just start with something like SkyVector. You can get all, if you fly in the United States, use SkyVector. I'll put it in the chat for you. SkyVector is free. Do not sign up for an account though. Just use it anonymously because it is actually like a real world pilot tool. So you could file a real flight plan and get in trouble with the FAA. So do not do that. Do not make an account. Just use it as a guest basically. But yeah, you can look up both VFR and IFR charts. So all of these, you can just type it in an airport, click the airports at the top, type it in. It's also a route finder. You can do flight planning in it. It's really awesome. All right, we're about to turn right. It should switch over to green needles to ILS automatically for us. If it did not do that, then we have to hit the CDI button down here to do it manually. So we'll see if it does that. And then I guess I should call that I'm on final, which I haven't. So we are 10-mile final for Teterboro. Teterboro traffic, Cessna 5635 Golf, 10-mile final inbound on the ILS for runway 19er, Teterboro. All right, so it did not switch to green needles yet, so I'm just going to do it myself by hitting CDI. Okay, it's on localizer. This should change to say localizer up here. It's in roll mode. Let's hit nav. Okay, now localizer. Now here we have the glide path. That's going to be coming down. So I'm going to hit approach mode and we're going to arm that. So I hit that and now we have a glide slope right here. So we're ready to capture the glide slope. And wait, we're at 2,100 feet now. I lost my VNAV. So our top of descent's coming up. So I need to get down to 1,500 on VNAV still. So I'm just going to hit VNAV. It's not working. All right, I'm just going to descend myself then. All right, localizer's on, vertical speed mode, 500 feet. Let's go 700 feet per minute. All right, I'm getting my first notch of flaps out early so I don't have to think about it. So why is this happening? So we're going 1,500 here. Okay, there's the VNAV altitude, but it's not showing. I think we're just too far from it. Let me make my descent more shallow here. Top of descent shown in 52 seconds, and it says we would need 580 feet per minute to get it. So let's see if I can get VNAV to wake up here. Let's go to altitude hold mode. And then VNAV. VNAV is not coming on, but the glide slope's coming in anyway. All right, yeah, I'm not sure why that's not working. A little weird. Might have found a bug or something. Top of descent's in 30 seconds, and I have no ability to turn VNAV on. Usually, and you can use it with approach mode, so it would say VPath GS at the same time. But that's fine. We'll just I'll just do my descent with vertical speed, and then we'll get the glide slope. But I do want to get down to 1,500 before we get to tugs. Tugs 1,500, and then I can look if I'm doing this manually right here. Since VNAV isn't showing up for some reason, it's showing me I need a 500 to 600. All right, we're at 100 knots and we're on the ILS, so we're just waiting for glide slope to capture. And we're leveling off at 1,500 right now. Landing lights are on, strobes are on. Is my fuel pump on normal? This one supposedly you use normal and not boost. Yeah, it's still on normal from takeoff, so we're good there. And how many miles to go? 5 miles. We'll call it a 3-mile final. I'm not using a yoke. I'm using a stick just because I have like my microphone and stuff. I like having the space in front of me. I use a lot of keyboard shortcuts for cameras and stuff, so I'm using the Airbus side stick, which I like. But yeah, if you're not streaming or making videos, a yoke is way more practical. It's nicer, but I've gotten used to the side stick. All right, 4 miles. Winds were calm on the ATIS. This is showing a little bit from the right and 8 from the front, so they've changed. And we have 1,500 set up here. I'll sync the heading bug straight ahead, so missed approach altitude, missed approach procedure, we go to 1,500. All right, I see the Pappies there. We got 2 whites, 2 reds. Let's close this. All right, and we're about 3-mile final. Teterboro traffic, Cessna 5635 Golf, 3-mile final, runway 19er on the ILS, Teterboro. All right, that's good. I'm gonna put a final notch of flaps down, get our speed down to like 90, 85, 90. I think it could be between, what is it on the Grand Caravan? I think it's between like 75 and 85. I'm usually more on the 85 side. All right, that's good. Everything here is good. Our minimums are 260, so we got 500 feet to go. Obviously totally clear. I think we have the runway in sight. All right, just a little bit of wind from the right and the front, 1 to 2 knots. You have Turtle Beach yoke. Oh, nice. Are you on PC or Xbox? Oh yeah, you're on Xbox, right? Yeah, the Velocity 1 is supposed to be awesome. All right, that's 500 feet AGL. 600 on the Barrow, so we're down to 260 for minimums. It does not do a minimum call out on the G1000, unfortunately. They can't do that yet. Maybe we'll get it the next sim update. All right, let's turn off yaw damper and autopilot. Forget how long this runway is. I think it's like 6,000 or 7,000 feet, something like that. All right, we're a little above the glide slope, pulling out some power. I'm just watching the green needles, watching the glide slope especially. Glide slope's coming a little above us, so I'm adding a little power. And there's the pappies telling us I'm too low now. Speed is good though. All right. We're at 190 or 100 feet. All right. Slowly going idle. We just have such a long runway. There's the landing. There's the touchdown point right there. Little late. Little past it. All right. Reverse on the thrust. Off the reverse. All right. Easy. No wind. All right. That's runway 19. So that's the ILS into Teterboro.
Traffic 777, 8 miles, runway 22 left.
I don't know what airport that guy called. He didn't say the traffic at the end, so I also don't know what. See, that's the beauty of having saying it again at the end. I would have known what he was landing on. Anyway, Teterboro traffic, Cessna 35 Golf is clear of 19er, taxiing to parking. Teterboro. All right, taxi lights on, strobe is off, landing is off. Let's go to low idle. Here we go. Flaps coming up. Sweet. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get coverage all the way. If I had maybe if I started a little earlier, we would have gotten it. But all right, let's go. Just find a random parking spot. Let's bring up the taxiway chart here. Usually we park right over here, so let's go that way. So we're gonna take Charlie, Lima to Charlie. Is there anyone else around here? I don't see any beacons on or anything like that. I see somebody at some traffic out way out there in the distance, but they're airborne. Hey Jimmy, what up? VATSIM looks awesome. It was good, yeah. I don't know, I had a good time. I was totally ready for the arrival and everything, but I mean, it was cool. At least I got to do a departure, which was cool, and I had to kind of scramble to get it. I was like, what departure? I feel like everybody, I bet that's like the most common mistake besides like not filing a flight plan is not knowing which departure you're going to take. And I did try to figure it out, but I missed the vector departure, so. I would normally call out that I'm crossing the runway, but there's just nobody in sight at all. Anyway, we're crossing the runway. Landing lights and strobes on. All right, continuing on Charlie. We'll just park here on the FBO right in front of us. All right, strobes off, landing lights off. And I did not use the couch captain's livery today just because I wanted to make sure, like, it probably doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure it worked with VATSIM, which it probably does. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll use it next time. All right, we'll park next to this Honda Jet or something. Probably not welcome here, but whatever. Whew, all right, we made it. Sweet. All right, let's shut this thing down. So we go prop to feather position. Fuel cutoff. And shut off up here. We made it. Oh, that's not the Honda Jet? What is that? Oh, this is just part of the scenery, isn't it? Does that? Oh, yeah. It's not the Honda Jet, huh? Honda Jet only has 3 engines. This has like whatever. I don't even know. This is a 3rd engine, I assume. I have no idea what this... Or is that like an intake for the APU? I have no idea. I think it's a whole engine. Dassault Falcon? Yeah, I know nothing about that plane, as you can tell, where I'm like, what is that? Okay, battery is off. Sorry, fuel boost to off. I actually should have turned fuel boost. Actually, why can't I turn that off? Oh, there we go. Oh, it was off. Whoops, it should have been on normal for everything except for taxiing. You keep it on normal. And then boost for startup. And did I have the starter on? No, that's norm. Okay, cool. That was fine. All right, avionics and battery off. This will count for my flight sim logbook. And as my, I guess my first VATSIM IFR flight. I kind of took one last night, but I don't think it really counted. All right, and I'm disconnected from VATSIM. Sweet, that was awesome. And yeah, that's going to be enough for today. I don't think I have the energy to do a second VATSIM flight. So 2 hours, short and sweet. That was pretty fun. So let's see, my debrief for myself. I'm trying to think. Like basically, I think I just have two things. One is I need to review departure procedures better, more thoroughly, because I missed that there was a vector, a radar vector departure that he assigned to me. And when he said it, when you're not ready, and like he just says like Captain 1, and I'm like, wait, what did he say? So I had to have him read that back to me, or sorry, Capital 1 departure out of Dulles. So, but I think I did okay, like switching to use that, briefing it. And then we also did a runway switch from 30 to 19er center. So that was another change that was fun. And then just, I need to get used to position reports, I guess. Like I didn't need to say my position as far as an arrival goes, because people aren't going to know. I'll just say like altitude and what airport I'm near and how far I am from it. If I see traffic coming towards me or something like that. So yeah, just need to learn that a little better. But we got some icing on the windshield, so that was fun. And we also, oh yeah, I also made the mistake of forgetting to load my arrival procedure into the G1000. So even though I knew I was going to fly the MAZI 3 or the MAZI 3 arrival, I forgot to put it in, and he gave me a waypoint to go directly to BUZIE, and I just read it back as if I knew what I was doing. And then when I searched for my arrival, I realized that, you know, I should have known. I was confident that I knew how to do it, right? I thought it would be in my flight plan because I thought I had the arrival loaded, but I did not. So then I just quickly loaded the arrival and then turned direct BUZIE. So it worked out just fine. But yeah, I should have caught that during the flight planning, entering everything, and did not. But anyway, yeah, I'll learn from those things. That was pretty fun. And earlier today, like it was like 4 or 5 hours ago, Skytation, who's in the chat, he has a YouTube channel where he's been doing VATSIM for the first time. So he just went through this like last week, which was awesome to watch. Him and I tried shared cockpit this morning as a test with your controls. So I think in the future we might do like a shared cockpit, like dual stream thing, which could be really cool. Like one person handles the radios, one person's, you know, we do the pilot flying, pilot monitoring situation. Could be really fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, that's it. Let me turn on some cheesy music as a cool little outro. Wow. Professional. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Michael, thanks for the $5 again earlier, the super chat. Appreciate that a lot. And I think, I don't know. This was fun. I might have to do this a lot of the time. It was really cool. It's really not scary once you do it just one time. So yeah, that was great. I was a little nervous beforehand, but yeah, all good now. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Jimmy, good to see you again. Aviation. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. And Big Sky, thanks for hanging out. Diesel, I see you guys. Hey, Steve, what's up? All right, guys. Can VATSIM go with on-air? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, on-air is totally separate. I thought about doing it, but just to simplify things, I didn't use on-air. You know, they have no idea that you're flying from one airport to another because of on-air company. So what you would do is just load it up. You know, all I did was load no fuel, and no passengers. I just have myself, and then I just added a bunch of extra fuel just for paranoia's sake. But yeah, I could have used on-air company, chosen a job, and then, you know, set my weight and balance and all that, and just flown it, and then just turn VATSIM on as well. So yeah, you can definitely use on-air company, or any of those. You know, they won't even know you're using it, right? They just know that you're going from one place to another. That's it. All right, cool. That was fun. I'll see you guys in the next stream. And if you want to hang in the Discord, I'll pimp that out in the chat. If you want to join our on-air VA, our virtual airline, which is pretty fun. Unfortunately, PC only, but yeah, there's a Discord if you want to hang out with the people that are hanging out here today. So thanks, guys. Have a good rest of the day. Have a good night. I'll see you on the next one.